had Lenny dropped off. It's an interesting one. So he's here for a residential, but a slightly different case because he's currently up for adoption with Saving Yorkshire Dogs. So we're actually helping out a little bit there to try and get him a little bit more better behaved, so it makes him more eligible for adoption. He's never been in a home or a house before, so it'll be interesting introducing him into my house so we can go through that process. He was a stray dog, he was a street dog at some point. It's likely he's a bull lurcher mix, something along those lines. He has bitten someone in the past, but he's the guys at the rescue have done some really incredible work. So he's not showing any signs that he wants to bite me just yet, but he is showing some reactivity issues towards other dogs. There's just another dog coming to the field now, so it'll be interesting to see how he responds. We'll throw a couple of the before videos in here of during his consultation, his assessment. He does get wound up pretty easy. He seems as though he has quite a high prey drive, so there's something we should work with and alongside. He's quite a big boy. He's a very strong dog. He has been running around the streets. He has had 5 different homes up until now, and he's just not accommodated to each and every one. I'm going to try and film and document as much of this process as possible. Hopefully introduce that into a potentially an online course and see how we get on. So there you see it, the kind of first or one of the first signs of a reaction, lowering his center of gravity to make it a little bit easier to pull towards that dog. So let's try and move him around a little bit and see how we get on. And again, if you're dealing with any sort of reactivity in a dog and you've got attrition on the lead, we have requests from people all the time. I've got a reactive dog. I don't mind that he pulls on the lead. However, I really would like that reactivity to reduce or subside. And a lot of the time, pulling on the lead, that attrition on the lead is counterintuitive to stopping reactivity, because that element of competition between dog and handler, that element of arousal that will come with pulling on the lead, and the adrenaline the dog has in its body whilst it's pulling on the lead will inevitably fuel the reactivity. So it's very important that if we are dealing with reactivity, we also make sure we develop a nice loose lead walk to make sure that we're moving in the right direction. You'll see a couple of snippets of Lenny, of me transporting him around the centre. You can kind of clearly see his manners aren't great, and he's been in a kennel environment ultimately. It's very difficult for a rescue dog to develop certain skills, especially skills that will transcend into living in a regular human household. But obviously, there's not a luxury of millions of foster or dog fosters around knocking about at the moment because of there is a dog problem. There's too many dogs, not enough homes, but that's a different story. But anyway, we're going to let Lenny have a little bit of a potter around the centre, get to know him a little bit better, get him to acclimatise to the staff a little bit better, put him through a couple of tests, and then start work as of today. So yeah, stay tuned. Boy, he's a big lump. You're a big boy. Bigger than Stark anyway, aren't you? Hey, he's little. Good boy. So I'm going to switch him over to his collar, and I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of work. You've seen there, he's pulling around like a bit of a train. This collar looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to snap anytime soon. And I'm just going to teach him that he isn't able to pull me. Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. I do 15 minutes of this or so, then we're going to sit down, have a bit of a break. I'm going to overindulge him too quickly. So we're just about to get Lenny out for his first food-based session. There's a couple of things I'm looking for. I'm looking for whether or not he's going to take food outside. And if he does, I'm going to look at whether or not he's responsive to that clicker. Depending on those two things will depend how this session is going to look. He's done lots of loose lead work all day that you saw in that video earlier, and he's going to keep doing that up until the point he's taking food outside. If he does decide to refuse food from me today, after doing, well, the rescue doing a little bit of food homework, all I'm going to do is set the timer, 4 hours, come back later on, offer him again. Eventually, the value of his hunger will surpass the value of the environment, and he will start taking food from us. What we've done now is we've quietened down the environment, moved the dogs down that end to make it nice and easy for him. So yeah, go grab him out now, do a couple of tests, and then see how we get on. So first things first, is he going to take food? All I'm going to do is offer it to him. Yeah, Len? Good boy. Yeah, and absolutely smashed it. And there we've got a clicker response too, so that gives us opportunity to start a bit of an activity. Now, Lenny's problems come from a lot from frustration, and maybe his prey drive isn't given outlets as much as it probably should be. Good boy. He finds a lot of value outside the length of the lead, so we've got to reduce the value of pulling on that lead and increase the value towards the handler. So all I'm going to do is utilize my clicker as a little bit of a mini recall activity. So when he's just about to get to the end of that lead, I'm going to give him an opportunity to recall to me with the clicker. And if he blows that off, I'm going to give that little tap that you saw earlier when we were doing our loose lead work. Good boy. Now this clicker has been preloaded. The food drive has been pre-built. Clearly at the rescue that have taken a bit of homework from us, I've done a really, really good job. So that means we can kind of hit the ground running as we're going along. Good boy. Oh, you're so clever. You're so clever. Yeah, good man. Good boy. And I've run out of food, so I'm going to wrap that session up. What, did 10, 15 minutes? Absolutely optimal at this stage. So he's going to go in for another nap now. We'll repeat a little bit later on.